Hello guys, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amira Difarananda from my class from English department. In this video, I will talk about unemployment in Indonesia because COVID-19. Although a COVID-19 infection is harmless for over 98% of the population, it is serious, even fatal. Virus for those who have weakened immune system due to old age or underlying illness. A rough estimate is that 0.5% of national population have required medical treatment in a hospital due to COVID-19 related complications since the start of the pandemic around a year ago. To some, that may seem like a small figure. However, in absolute terms, it put great stress on hospital. Or despite the fact that this 0.5% is spread out over some 12 months. Therefore, governments around the world have imposed full lockdown or semi-lockdowns to relieve pressure on hospitals. In the case of Indonesia, the government deliberately refrained from using the word semi-lockdown, but instead preferred to use system restriction, such as in pembatasan sosial berskala besar, abbreviated as PSBB, or more recently the pemberlakuan pembatasan kegiatan masyarakat or PPKM, in an attempt to soften the psychological impact in society. Some may argue that this approach backfires considering many Indonesians fail to comply with the hygiene protocol, or such as wearing face masks. In 2020, the government estimates that up to 3.78 million Indonesians will fall into poverty and 5.2 million lose their jobs during the coronavirus pandemic, while the International Monetary Fund or IMF projects the world's global recession since the Great Depression. Finance Minister Sri Mulyani Indrawati said Thursday that with economic growth projected at the lowest level since the 1998 financial crisis, 1.1 million to 3.78 million people could fall into poverty and 2.9 million to 5.2 million workers could lose their jobs. COVID-19 has resulted in the global economy entering a recession, Sri Mulyani said in a teleconference briefing, reiterating the government's use of state funds to increase spending on health, social safety, and support for business. The minister explained there will be support for business activity from the informal sector to micro, small, and medium enterprises and the business world, because this is related to layoff and social reposition. The IMF on Thursday released its new World Economic Outlook titled The Great Lockdown, estimating Indonesia's economic growth to plummet to 0.5% this year from a 4-year low 5.2% in 2019. The IMF also projects that the country's unemployment rate will rise to 7.5% this year, from last year 5.3% as the pandemic has upended supply chains, forcing companies to lay off employees and crush demand for goods as consumers stay at home. Indonesia's open unemployment rate has surged to its highest level since 2011, with the pandemic causing some 2.67 million people to lose their jobs. Statistics Indonesia or BPS announced on Thursday the country's unemployment rate rose to 7.7% in August, a 1.84 percentage point increase from 5.23% in the same month last year. In total, 9.77 million people were unemployed in August, up by 37.61% year-on-year or YoY. From August 2019, the COVID-19 pandemic has had an extraordinary impact on the labor market, BPS head Suharyanto told reporters during a press briefing. Some 29.12 million people, or 14.2% of the country's workforce, have been affected by the pandemic. BPS data also shows from the total 24 million people have worked shorter hours. 1.7 million people have been furloughed, while 2.56 million have lost their jobs, and 760,000 are no longer considered as part of the workforce. According to the BPS, Indonesia officially entered its first recession since the 1998 and Asia financial crisis after the economy contracted again in the third quarter. South Asia's largest economy shrank 3.49% on an annual basis in the third quarter, as almost all gross domestic product or GDP components fell amid the persistent rise in COVID-19 cases. And now I will give you some graphic to make it easier to understand. So the statistics shows the unemployment rate in Indonesia from 1999 to 2020, and in 2020 the unemployment rate in Indonesia was approximately 4.84%. The Republic of Indonesia is a sovereign state archipelago in South Asia, composed of more than 17 islands. In 2010, Indonesia's total population amounted to more than 237 million people. It is estimated to reach more than 255 million people by 2015. Indonesia is among the 30 largest countries in the world, or in terms of geographical area, and also among the countries with the largest population, behind the China, India, and the USA. Better living conditions, better healthcare, and a growing economy in Indonesia are fundamental for the growing population. Nowadays, Jakarta, the largest city in Indonesia, has more than 9.5 million inhabitants. Indonesia's economy has seen major improvement over the past years, and the country is one of the fortuners here as well. Estimated to be around $856 billion, Indonesia had one of the largest gross domestic products worldwide in 2014. As a result of the prospering economy, unemployment in the country is rapidly decreasing, as can be seen above. Between 2005 and 2014, the unemployment rate in Indonesia decreased by more than 5%. From the graphic data, we can conclude that the presence of the COVID-19 virus is causing the number of unemployment to rise, because there are a lot of layoffs and make an effect in a lot of unemployment. And now I will explain another graphic. So it's about graphic data of coronavirus disease in Indonesia. Coronavirus disease in Indonesia, or COVID-19, is an infectious disease caused by a newly discovered coronavirus. Most people who fall sick with COVID-19 will experience mild to moderate symptoms and recover without special treatment. This statistic shows the graphic of coronavirus cases in Indonesia. As we can see, in 8th of June 2021, a total of 6,264 new cases were recorded. Until now, the COVID-19 case in Indonesia has not sloping, indicating that human resources are still weak and have not returned to normal. Last but not least, this graphic tells us about mobility change in Indonesia because of coronavirus, especially in workplace. The impact of COVID-19 to mobility in Indonesia is very concerning. Many people are struggling to start their own business for the sake of their families, especially small traders, bus or transporter drivers, food stall or restaurant, industry, and many more. Everything dropped drastically and has not returned to the baseline. As we can see, in 5th of June 2021, the mobility rate for the workplace is still minus 11% from the baseline, which means it still has not met the company's target. Maybe now they are using a hybrid system to carry out activities in the office or factory, with the aim of breaking the chain of COVID-19 spread and keep working until they can fulfill the market or consumer demand. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.